So we're almost ready to render this, except we still need the frame range that we want to render. Now we could just grab it from the globals, but there is no guarantee that the local frame range of the originally selected node is the same as the global, so we'll just grab it from the node that used to be selected when we ran the script, and that is the guy up here. Cur node holds whatever was selected when the script first was run. So let's grab that. First equals cur node dot first frame. So that will return the respective node's first frame, and I'll just copy that line and paste it and do the same for the last frame, like so. And then finally we will use nuke.execute to render the script. You could also use nuke.render. I believe they are pretty much the same thing. And actually let's call Python's help on that to see how that command is used. And that tells us that we need the node's name, not the node object itself, but its name, followed by the first and the last frame that we want to render. Now first and last frame and increment and so forth, they are optional. If you don't use them, those default values are being used, but we will override that. So let's go ahead and type nuke.execute, and the first argument, as we learned just now, is the node's name. So it'll be write.name followed by first and last frame. So let's run those 3 lines, and that should kick off the render. And there it goes. So once that's finished, we're almost there. Finally, we will create a read node, and we'll just pull in what we just rendered by setting its file knob once again to temp path. So run that line, and that gives us the read node. So finally, let's quickly clean up and restore the script to what it used to be. So we'll loop through all the nodes we created by using a simple Python loop called for_n in, followed by a list of all the nodes we want to get rid of. So the first one was the premold, the second one was checker, merge, and finally the write node. So that should loop through the list of those nodes, and we want to delete each and every one of them. So run those 2 lines, and that clears up the script. And as a final deed, because we're nice, we'll restore the original selection again. So we can do that by going cur node set selected and set that to true. So that's that. So finally, to wrap up things, we'll quickly put this into a function definition. So we'll make that a function called Roto Check, for example, without arguments. And just give ourselves some space here. Now we have to indent the entire code block, because that's what Python expects us. So we'll just select the whole block and hit tab to indent everything, like so. And now we're ready to tie it into a menu, and I'm just going to put it up here on the Nuke main menu for a second. So we go nuke.menu, and Nuke is the main menu up there, the main menu bar, and I'm going to add a command. And as I add a command, I'll add a little menu up there called little helpers Roto Check. So that's the menu and the menu item, and that should execute our brand new Roto Check function. And we could assign a hotkey as well. Let's say we assign Alt Enter, which is the number pad enter. So once again, we put that into quotes and close the parentheses, and now we run the whole thing like so to make sure that everything works as expected. So I'll just go and select that last node again, and then I'll go to a new menu up here and choose Roto Check. You see all the temp nodes are being generated, the render goes off, and once it's done, it cleans up after itself and creates a new read node. So you probably want to go ahead and paste all that code into your menu PY,
or at least save your function in the Nuke path somewhere to make sure it's loaded every time Nuke starts, but that is another story for another time.